Today we're making homemade basic semolina pasta. Semolina is a hard winter wheat. It's called durum wheat. And if you look at it, it is like sand compared to all-purpose flour, which is a powder. So the ingredients are going to be semolina, eggs, maybe a little bit of water, and we're using the all-purpose flour for dusting. This is wheat pasta, so you can use all-purpose flour, you could use bread flour, double O pizza flour, can mix and match. The ratio is normally, if everything goes according to plan, 100 grams of flour to 1 egg. So I'm weighing out 400 grams of semolina flour. So now we're pouring the flour out. We make a little well in the middle where the eggs go. And I'm going to use 4 eggs for now, can always add. And now I'm mixing it up. Breaking up the eggs and mixing it with a little bit of the flour. We have water on standby, just in case it's too dry, then we add a little bit of water. Add salt, you could add garlic powder if you want a flavor, you could add spinach leaves. Some people add tomato paste, that's what makes the red pasta. What we want is a cohesive dough, almost like a cake dough, a bread dough. This seems a little dry to me, so I'm very likely going to add a little bit of water to it. Durum wheat and semolina is the same thing as a hard winter wheat. There's 2 wheat harvests. One is a summer wheat. That's what all-purpose flour and other flours are from. Semolina is a it's a hard wheat. It takes colder temperatures, so it's more a northern dish. They have it, they grow it, and they use it. I'm adding just a little bit of water. It seems a little dry to me, so a little bit of water. So it's now done. It's a little sticky, if you hear it. So we're using some of the all-purpose flour to dust it. We don't want it sticking. And we also brush some of the all-purpose flour on top. Just a little bit to stop it from sticking. So now it's not sticking at all. Now we're wrapping it in plastic foil, and it has to rest for about half an hour. You can see that's a little craggy while it's resting. It's going to smooth out a little bit and become a little bit more silky. So we're wrapping it in cling wrap. And you can either rest it in the fridge or you can just leave it on the counter. I'm gonna leave mine on the counter and be done with it. It's smoother. It also has a silky, kind of almost leathery feel. Just a little piece, and we want to roll it out, and we want to roll it thin. Yeah, and it's not sticky at all. If it is sticky, add a little bit more all-purpose flour. So now, this is about the thickness that I want, which is about 2 millimeters, maybe. Very thin. I'm trimming the edges a little bit because we're now using a pasta wheel and we're going to roll it out. About, what is that, an inch? And now we're cutting them into rectangles. I'm just going to do 3. And each rectangle, you lay them that the wider side are to the side. and you pinch and you have one farfalle. Take the middle, one finger and thumb, and you push them in. You have a ridge in the middle, you push the sides, you roll them up a little bit, you see, and then you pinch, otherwise it won't stay closed. And there you are. What you want is you want the two edges rolled up, you want the one bump in the middle, and then you pinch them together. If you don't pinch hard enough, it's going to come apart during cooking and you end up with a rectangle. You want the center ridge, you poke it from underneath. Now you have a ridge. You roll over the last two edges towards the ridge. You see how that looks? The edges are rolled up, you have a ridge, and then you pinch. So we're cooking the farfalle and for about 4 minutes. Putting it in boiling salted water. You cook it just like you cook your normal pasta that you buy in the store, just not as long. You want to cook it at a little bit of rolling boil because it agitates the pasta and stops it from sticking to each other.